Hi Aquarius. So I'm here to do your reading for the new year. Happy New Year. I definitely want to go ahead and let you guys know I did just get all of the playlists sorted out for each of the signs. So if you're interested in seeing some of the the past or present future readings for your sign, then you can go ahead and take a look. The reason I say past or present is because each of the, whenever you're watching tarot in specific, the messages come through as they need to. And so you may be watching this now in 2021 or some of the old videos from 2020 in 2021. And they should still be applicable as long as you're in a good space to receive the message if it's for you. So don't try to force it if it's not, but it's there. The info is there for you guys if you're interested. So let me see what pops out today. Okay. There's been so much good energy floating around, I can't even tell you. I just did a read for the collective and it came out beautifully. So let's see Aquarius. This is, I use the Voodoo deck for your initial spread, and I will clarify with the Moonchild Tarot as well. The first card that came out was the Courrier de Mardi Gras. And there's a chicken falling out of the sky. Also, there's some type of either a ram or a cow or some type of big mule standing on top of this little hut pointing up at the sky. That could be Baphomet is what I had said before. A lot of people think Baphomet is a devil, and honestly, it just has more to do with the yin and yang of energy and the way that humans are mammals, that we associate with animals, that we are animals ourselves. So I don't really subscribe to looking at that as in a bad light. I just think it's a different energy than what people are used to addressing on a day-to-day basis. So in any case, let me see here. It looks like Mambo comes next. And Mambo is a removal of a situation. And because this Baphomet character is pointing at the sky and there's a chicken falling out of it, then a beheading of a human to see the snake below it, I am literally seeing this woman's head as being this hut right here with Baphomet on top of it. And I'm literally seeing that a chicken head or some type of a bird or, three little birds I heard it from a bird. It's gossip. Gossip is falling out of the sky and somebody is just beheading it as it comes towards them. This card came out first and this one came out second. So I'm seeing the chicken head literally coming off or being beheaded from some situation, person, place, or thing. There can be really petty situations. There can be really immature people. There can be a lot of really horrible actions. All of us are guilty of it, myself included. What I'm seeing here is a transformation. So the death of one thing to really pull the mask off of this other face of truth. She's got a sword, the big old ace of swords there in her hand. This is somebody being willing to show their true colors, speak their mind, because swords do mean, speaking. Speak their mind and to know who they are as a person. Snakes actually can eat birds, is what what I'm seeing here. So someone's mindset could have eaten some gossip or eaten a bird or eaten something that was distracting, flying all over. When there's when you're in a big cathedral or something like that a bird got in, a lot of times it's almost a little bit nerve-wracking because the bird is freaked out, you are freaked out, and nobody wants the situation to be what it is. So this is literally what I'm getting off of that. The next card out was the Gouda. It was in the reverse. So somebody's no longer feeling threatened, dead, and, you know, I'm hearing exhausted from this. I myself have been really exhausted since the new year, but it's also been, I think this card denotes a feeling of multiple deaths having happened in a short amount of time. Maybe, that feeling when it rains, it pours. I think that's this card in the upright. When it's in the reverse, you have now taken care of that situation, at least to a certain extent, by doing these two preliminary actions. Just knowing yourself, being willing to be real, and being willing to let distractions and things that are untrue and things that are completely out of left field for you just kind of hit you and fly over your head. It's a great way to do things, is to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, Although it's messy, it does get the job done, and you will figure out exactly what kind of pasta you want to eat from now on. If it's like fettuccine or Alfredo or fettuccine Alfredo, whatever. If you want the bow ties or the spirals, you got options. And so to see which one of those pastas you like the most makes your noodle a little bit sharper for next time that you're going to order off that menu. That's what I'm seeing here. Instead of you feeling confused and I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, and confused, apprehensive, and hesitant, now you're feeling, you see how you're hanging out like a bat, just I am where I am, or I am who I am, who, what, when, where, why, how. These are questions that can kill people, that are curiosity for the cat, just to the point where, boom, new idea. Curiosity didn't kill the cat. The curiosity didn't kill the cat. It was the curiosity about, it was a door, it was the garage door that went up on the cat and got caught in the motor or something like that. It wasn't actually the curiosity that killed the cat, which is why I'm saying I like the idea of flinging the spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, because that does actually give you multiple worlds of new thought to consider. This is the spaghetti on the wall, and this is what stuck. So she's got the whole world in her hands, literally. She's so pregnant, she can hardly stand it. I watched this movie the other day, Strange But True. And I don't know why, but this is like totally reminding me of it. I just think, sometimes situations come up in life that don't seem possible or don't even seem relevant or feasible, And when you're able to kind of dead those issues or make them disappear, you do feel so successful when you're like, I didn't even think I could do this. And then all of a sudden you can. The feeling is so amazing. It's kind of like you've achieved a new level of self-fulfillment, worth, acknowledgement that is not replaceable by any other person's mindset. You can't be anyone else but yourself. Everyone else is taken. I think that's a meme. A meme? Yeah, I call it a meme. I know it's called meme. But I'm just trying to say there are waves to this. There's nuances of meaning, of thought, of feeling, of understanding that this woman is accepting into her she's ordering her steps. She's being the glove for spirit to come down and say, this is what this Baphomet is pointing and saying, this is what is devilish, is this bird brain mentality of being a chicken that doesn't even have a head, but is still running around causing havoc. So I don't know why that just popped out, but it did. And I think that, obviously if you are literally pregnant or just have an idea or a new start with something that you've been wanting to kind of pursue here, since she's supporting herself and touching that spiritual download, You know, that's also like a good way to start fresh, is by clearing out. You need to clear out room in your closet before you can go buy new clothes or something like that, you know. Let's just get a couple clarifiers. This was pretty straightforward, Aqua, but okay. I'm just going to pull one card for each of these so that we can see how this is going to move forward. All right. So for the, yeah, this is so interesting. So for the Coeur Le Mardi Gras, we got the Devil in reverse. Now, what was I just saying about Baphomet there? Look at that. Look at that skull. This is a reaffirmation that the target, your whatever it is that you've been aiming at here, to kind of get rid of whatever negative energies have been, you know, just building and building and building. They're now split apart, and there's a snake. I don't know if you guys can really see this. There's a snake, which does look like the divine wisps of mist around that pregnant woman. And then there's two parts of the statues kind of been struck down the middle and falling away, so to make way for the snake to come through. Snakes get a really bad rap. I don't like the way that people try to act about snakes. They're not bad creatures. You probably won't get bitten by a snake unless you step on one or go in their territory. They don't come seek us out to come hurt us. We are the bigger predator here. So that being said, they do need to eat. So the fact is, if you want to get rid of gossip and chicken heads and all, but one of the best ways you could do so was to have this snake come through, eat the bird, and then the bird and the devil, like these, this is the, I'm seeing this set of horns and this set of horns as having been the pillars that fell away from each other. So whereas these may have been side-by-side companions at one point, they've now fallen apart from each other and are more so being depicted like this. So that's actually a positive thing. I think this is saying this is not a devilish action that you're trying to take by, you know, removing the birds and the additional, I'm not seeing this as physical birds. I'm literally thinking that birds are like the squirrel and up, you know, squirrel, distractions. So cutting those out is great. There is then the 10 of Wands in reverse. That came along with the beheading. Interesting, huh? The beheading relieved somebody of their burdens, of their duties, of their secrets. Look at, there's 2 moons in this card as well. So there was 2 secrets that were happening at the same time. The wands are coming between those 2 secrets and attaching them. There may have been a lot of burden that someone was carrying between 2 secrets, running back and forth, trying to maintain the 2 constantly, never being able to just sit down and say, hey, what are my secrets? My personal, what do I want to be thinking about instead of these 2 secrets, you know? I'm seeing this beheading of the issue as being one head is here and one head is here. One head is here and one head is here. This is, you may be dealing with like a Gemini or something like that. Because this came out in the way that it did, I do see that the swords or the words used may have been what cut out this burden. Because this planet, whatever planet this woman is on, she's wrapped in what looks like the end of an American flag, actually. And she's not standing on any kind of, you know, a growing landscape there. It's very rocky. It looks really cold. She's wrapped herself up and is kind of looking for a new path. Like she's looking towards this new direction that she'd like to go. She's a little cold and wants to come in. So I think the fact is that this was the old you, maybe in the upright, you know. That's how it would have been before, and this is how it is now. So you've taken one of these identities, heads, secrets, names, feelings, whatever the moon is to you in your life, you've taken it off and out. Like I'm hearing a splinter pulled. Yeah, maybe this is the splinter. You used your tongue to pull it out. And now you're able to speak your mind clearly without having a cover over everything that you do, think, say, feel, etc. So that's that. I got shadow work for Gura and the upside down. And like I was saying before, things that are buried whole are usually going to stay that way unless, you know, you work the night shift and you hear the bell ringers over here. That means someone's still alive in the boxes below. Shadow work would denote, and especially because this card is now flipped in the reverse, in the upright, shadow work would denote that this is a problem, that these dead issues, she's pointing at them, has her hand out, and her head is in one of these moons. She knows that there's a secret, a secret that she needs to work through her own shadow work and offer more than this. And at this point she has. So rather than feeling the shadow work of herself I'm seeing in the middle with the person sitting there, going back and forth between two other heads or two other bodies of work, she's now standing here in the middle and is able to clearly finish her shadow work and move forward, which is something that a lot of people don't understand needs to be done before you can move forward. I saw a couple healers in my life who have the gift of being able to clear away negative energies, and it was amazing because I got pregnant right after I went to go see them. Not because I was trying, but just because I think my energy was much more available for that. And the universe knew that that was a glove I was willing to wear for it. So in any case, for the Olofi card, what came out was the Empress in reverse, which is interesting because the Empress actually usually is motherhood. She is usually in the picture by herself, and she's like on a chase lounge with like the most nice lavish clothing and like all of the little nuts and berries she could possibly ever want just at her feet, you know. She's like the most nurturing, down to earth, caring, loving soul possible, and she's usually pictured alone, kind of more like this card, to be real. I can see, I'll see if I can find the picture of the Empress for you guys in a second here so you can see the difference. But I do find it entertaining as well that the Empress card in the Moonchild Tarot deck came out in the reverse, and I was just talking about having 3 different aspects of self and needing to consolidate or eliminate a couple, like 2 of those versions, in order for you to be able to stand strong in your power. When you have a bifurcated mind, I don't know if you guys have wow. Well, not that you want to meet Machiavelli, but if you've ever read The Prince, then The Prince actually, they say that humans have a 2-pronged human nature about themselves, and that we're naturally more negative than positive. So I don't really agree with Machiavelli on that at all, but I do think that we have two lobes of our brain. And I do think that if the 2 sides of your brain, the artistic and the more logical, are not working in cahoots or conjunction with each other, then it's very much like having a struggle, but traveling between 2 secrets or 2 sides of something, the left and the right, the up and the down, the back and the forth. You know, this is a duality that causes a third identity to emerge or to become, I guess you could say. And you know, when two people have a baby, boom, like it makes three, makes all three. So the fact that the Empress, there's three of them in this card, and it's actually all the same woman if you look closely. Her hand is up, and she is, yeah, she's got her right hand up, and she's just feeling the energy that is radiating off of the woods, off of the leaves, off of this new target of her mind that she's meditating on. She wants to be able to hit that goal, and in order to do so, from, you know, working through the shadow work, her concentration is going to remain on that wholeness. So I'm seeing the misty mists, or wafting mist coming down and consuming her mind in all three ways, rather than feeling dead. So this is the outcome of having left behind the submerged, buried, bell-ringing responsibility of the dead, and moving towards life, moving towards living a full, complete, and completely fulfilled life. And this Empress is releasing those three mentalities in order to do so. So this is a really good read, actually. And I think, Aquarius, that you will be just fine. It just looks like you're doing some reorganization right now, and that by the time that you get done, you're going to have quite the undertaking on your hands. I will be back to do more readings. I think I already said, either in the beginning of this reading or others, that there's videos on playlists for each sign, so go check it out. Hope you all are well, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.